This beach house is proof that great design doesn't have to cost a fortune. When the homeowners exhausted most of their budget on the waterfront property, they asked architect Preston Phillips to build a weekend getaway on a shoestring budget. Using inexpensive materials and lots of design ingenuity, he came up with a stunning solution. Ken, this house is so unconventional. What was the idea behind building this house?
The house was an experiment, and it was designed as a temporary structure. It was built as a way to see if we would want to live on this property and to build a larger house. It was budgeted at $150,000 to build. So Preston, who was a friend, was intrigued by that concept.
One thing that struck me was that the property was so beautiful and unique that it was a challenge architecturally to put something here that would hold its own on the property. There were two criteria: budget, number one, and the second is we're on the ocean. So it had to be something to hold up to the ocean environment, which is very severe.
To keep his budget in check, architect Preston Phillips worked with inexpensive materials such as standard aluminum framed windows and plywood trimmed with cedar.
Well, the materials are all very simple and very pure. The idea was that there was going to be no art. The windows here framed the art, which was the sky and the sea. And it was all very casual. There's a cork floor. The furniture, if you're wet, you can sit on it. It's easy. If the light comes in and hits the fabrics, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
We're not facing squarely at the ocean. Is there a reason for that?
We wanted to take advantage of the double dunes and the view, which is beautiful to me. I love the light that it creates, and I love the birds and the deer that run through it, and I just love the colors on the landscape, and it's beautiful every month of the year.
To maximize views of the water, the house sits on pilings with a long ramp leading up from the sand.
The ramp was a key element, I felt, from day one, so that when you're approaching the house, you don't have to think about stepping up steps, so you can always be looking ahead, seeing the horizon, and then the horizon eventually becomes larger and larger and wider and taller, and then you see the ocean.
One thing you did require was to have the ceiling height so that you could have this enormous picture window.
No, that was Preston.
The butterfly roof is almost a modern icon in the houses that came out of California in the 50s, and I just thought that it fit the location in the house proportionally, and it gave the center space so much life. And it gave us higher windows in the center where the view you really want. I determined that the ceiling of the butterfly roof on the inside should be this iridescent blue material, so it looked as if the sun were bouncing off the ocean and reflecting into the underside of the roof, and that became the butterfly roof.
So this is the bedroom.
This is the master bedroom.
The only bedroom.
Exactly.
It has a great vantage point looking into the living room. It's really one big room, isn't it?
It is one big room separated by the fireplace. The nice thing for me about the bedroom is it gets the first morning light, and I love waking up to the sunshine. It's very beautiful.
And the color scheme of the interiors in using the materials and textures of the upholstery seem very muted and organic, and I'm wondering if that's deliberate.
It is deliberate. We chose these colors because they were similar to the colors of the sand outside, and they didn't compete with any of the light in the landscape.
And the colors of the materials, particularly these wood pieces.
Anthony Bronza made the desk, and he used pretty much all the same type of wood throughout, which is ash and cherry, and he made the bed as well, and also the mantels and the side tables, and really all the hard furniture.
And the bathroom seems to demonstrate a real synergy between the indoors and the outdoors. It's almost like having an outdoor shower.
It is. We have an outdoor shower off the deck, but being in that shower is just as wonderful as being outside.
This is a huge sun deck. It's such a beautiful panoramic view of the ocean from here.
It's wonderful because you get to see ocean all the way down and around.
That was originally not there. It was added once the house was finished. Ken loved the idea that they needed a bigger deck. Of course, I knew they would, But at the budget level, we didn't have enough money to build it, so he agreed to splurge a little bit. So we created basically a very understated pergola out of, the standard materials of pilings and lumber. And it's designed in a way that it could have a stair going up to what would be a higher deck in the future.
And we actually made it extra large so we could have a lot of nice big parties out here.
Now that you've been in the house for a while, what is your favorite aspect of the house?
I guess the contrast between the simplicity of the house and the grandeur, or I guess an intensity of the space, because I think the space is just glorious.
Still ahead, Hollywood furniture and antiques dealer to the stars, Adam Blackman, and his custom California home.